टाइम लगेगा आंटी? हाँ बेटा 10 मिनट लगेगा, ठीक है। हाँ बेटा क्या कराना है? हाँ आंटी मुझे ना अपनी आईब्राउज करानी है, ज़्यादा नहीं, सिर्फ जो एक्स्ट्राज है वही निकालना, नेचुरल शेप है वही रखना, थिक रखना बस। हो गया देख लो। अब लिप कराना है। What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shruti and Happy New Year. Hope 2020 brings a lot of love, prosperity, happiness in your life. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how I do my eyebrows at home. Eyebrow is such an important feature on your face and it can instantly make you look better once it's done. And I never get the results that I want whenever I go to a parlor. Either they make it super thin or they just don't get the shape right, and that is the reason I thought myself how to do my eyebrows at home. This is super easy and cheap as well, and I guarantee you, you will get the shape and exactly how you want your eyebrows to be from this tutorial. I'm gonna show you guys how I groom my eyebrows, shape them in, perfect it, also how I fill them in, and I've included a really important hack in this video. This hack has saved so much time. Getting ready in the morning has never been easy. I don't have to do my eyebrows at all. They are perfect exactly the way they are, and literally even if you don't want to wear makeup, your eyebrows are gonna look flawless. I guarantee you that. Of course, if you want to know the hack, you have to watch the video till the end. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood.
To do your eyebrows at home, all you need is wheat ready to use wax strips. Now this one is for sensitive skin and the strips that I have is for body and legs. I know wheat has come up with strips that you can use on your face that are much smaller and specifically for your face area. I've never used that. I've been using this for a long time, so I've stick to this because this has 8 large strips, and if you actually count it, it's coated on both sides. So if you peel it, it will be 16 strips, and you're using it on your face. That means you're gonna cut it out even more. This is much more cost friendly, I feel, than the smaller face one. So it's totally your choice. You can go ahead and use the face one as well. Next, you're gonna need some tools to perfect your brows. I have scissor, a spoolie and a tweezer to tweeze out any extra hair that I'm not able to pull out from the strips. And the last thing that you'll need is a face oil. I'm using almond oil, but you can use coconut oil or literally any oil that you own. So let's get started. First step is obviously to make sure that your hair is out of your face. So I'm using a spa hairband to make sure that the hair is secured and back. I've grown out my eyebrows for a good month to show you guys the before and after. As you can see over here, I have literally grown out so much extra hair that I need to wax it off to make it look a little bit better. A lot of hair under and over my eyebrows that needs to be waxed so that I could get a clean shape. The first step is obviously to brush your eyebrows. Over here I'm using a spoolie and brushing it in the upward direction. Next I'm going to cut the wax strip into 1 inch thick section and peel it off. Using one side of the wax strip, now let's start working on the unibrow. Always place the wax strip at an angle when you're working near the unibrow area. Press it properly and then wax away. I'm gonna repeat the same on the other side as well. As you can clearly see, the middle section, the unibrow area looks so much more clean and neat. Using the same wax strip, I'm gonna start working on my right eyebrow. Placing it at the top of my eyebrow, as you can clearly see in the video. Make sure it's always at an angle. Your eyebrows are not straight, so make sure you place it at an angle and also maintain a safe distance. You don't want to wax off the eyebrow that you need. And once you place the wax strip, always go ahead and rub on it pretty well so it will catch on all the hair that you need to wax off. Hold the skin tight and then wax off. This method gives such great finish. As you can clearly see, it gives such a great nice line and gets rid of all the extra hair that you do not need. Also, as we are waxing it and not shaving it, this will pull the hair from the roots. So this will take you a good 2 to 3 weeks to grow again. So you're good to go for 2 to 3 weeks and you do not have to do it again and again. I'm going to use the same wax strip and finish the forehead area as well. Always place the wax strip and rub towards the hair growth and then pull against it to get all the hair from the root. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same on the left eyebrow using a fresh strip. Always place it at an angle, rub towards the hair growth, stretch the skin, make sure it's nice and tight, and then go ahead and strip it off against the hair growth. Nice and clean, and it does not hurt that much at all. I'm going to use the same strip and finish the forehead area as well. Look at all the hair that it pulled out. Now we need to work under the eyebrow section. For this, I'm gonna cut out 1 inch thick section, and that I'm going to fold it in half and cut it. So we'll get a 1/2 inch section that will fit perfectly under the eyebrow area. And then I'm going to place it under my eyebrow at an angle. Make sure you are not placing it very close to your eyebrow. You just want to get the extra hair. Always place it at an angle and wax off only the hair that you do not need. Cutting the wax strip 1/2 inch makes it so much easier to work under the eyebrow area. Give it a good rub. Stretch your skin and pull against the hair growth. As you can see, nice and clean. I'm going to use the same wax strip and place it under the tail area as well. Now I would recommend to go over one area only once. If you feel there are few hair that is left out and you need to remove that, do not go over with a wax strip. I'll tell you guys आगे जाके कैसे करना है, but make sure that you do not go over one area multiple times. Use the wax strip at one area only once. You do not want to irritate your skin. And this is how the one eyebrow looks like after it's been waxed. Now let's move on to the other eye as well. I'm going to repeat the same steps again. As you can clearly see, I'm leaving a good area so that I do not wax off the hair that I need. Always place it at an angle. You can always push the wax strip up with your hands, but when you place it for the first time, place it a little below. Give it a good rub so it sticks to the hair properly. Stretch the skin and wax off. As you can clearly see, I still have a lot of hair that needs to be taken care of, but that I'm going to do it in the next step. And this is how my eyebrows look like after both of them are waxed. Moving on to the next step, I'm using a tweezer to tweeze out any extra hair that I do not want it. Now I was not able to find the one which is angled flat, so I'm using this one. If you have a normal tweezer, you can go ahead and use that as well. Now with the tweezer, I'm gonna concentrate on the hair that I was not able to wax off. Now it's very easy to go overboard with the tweezing as well, so make sure you remove only the hair that you do not need. Please do not ruin the shape of your eyebrows by tweezing over. Just hold the hair with your tweezer and pull towards the direction of the hair growth, not against it. As you can clearly see, after tweezing, the eyebrows look so much more better. I'm going to tweeze the other eyebrow as well. Brush your eyebrows out so you can see the shape of your eyebrow and you do not overdo it. Now step number 3 is to give it a good trim. For this, you just need a good pair of scissors. Brush out your eyebrow in the upward direction and give it a good shape. Cut out all the hair that's overgrown and is ruining the shape of your eyebrow. Next, I'm using an almond oil. Now you can use almond oil or coconut oil, totally depends on you. I'm using almond oil to get rid of all the wax residue off my face. Just use 1 or 2 drops of almond oil and massage it all over the area that you waxed. Now you can go ahead and use the wipes that comes along with the wax strip, but in one wax strip you will get around 2 to 3 wipes only, and that won't suffice you. So this is an alternative method that you can use when your wipes get over. Once all the wax residue is gone, go ahead and wash your face off. And this is how my eyebrow looks like after it's waxed and groomed correctly. Next, I'm using Tint My Brows Gel by Etude House in the shade Taupe to tint my eyebrows. And this is how the applicator looks like. It's super easy to apply. I like to start off by applying this from the midsection and not from the start, because you want your eyebrows to have a little bit of a gradient effect to look more natural, and make sure you stay within the lines. I'm going to start filling in all the bald spots that I have. Now to fill the front section, I like to go ahead with a feather motion in the upward direction. This fills the eyebrow without giving it a harsh look. As you can clearly see, my technique to fill the front area of my eyebrow is so much different than the middle section till the end, because the front of your eyebrow is naturally a shade lighter and it's not as dark and thick, and if you go ahead and fill it like the rest of your eyebrow, it's gonna look fake. And don't worry, if you make a mistake, you can easily correct it before it's dry. To correct any mistakes that you did, go ahead and use a cotton bud and wet one side of it. With the wet side, go over the edges and correct any mistakes that you did. Make sure you do this step as soon as possible before the gel has dried out so it does not tint the skin. And voila, one side is done. Now let's move ahead to the other side. I know the tint looks pitch black and it can look scary at first, but don't worry. Once you peel it off, the tint is not as dark as it seems. This is an optional step. You can go ahead and skip it if you do not want to tint your eyebrows, but I would highly recommend to tint your eyebrows if you have really sparse hair on your eyebrow area and it's very thin and super light colored. And this is how the eyebrow looks like. I know it looks a little scary at first, but don't worry, you're gonna peel it off. Now the minimum time to keep this is 2 hours and the maximum is 24 hours, so you can leave it overnight, and I would highly recommend you guys to leave it overnight and peel it off in the morning. Once the gel is dried out, I'm gonna start peeling it off. If you're not able to peel it off with your hand, you can also use a spoolie. Just brush it out and it will come out. You can clearly see the tint on my eyebrow. And this is how it looks like after you have peeled the eyebrow gel off. Now it can look a little bit dark at first, and if you want to lighten it out, the only thing you need is a face wash. Using the face wash, just lightly massage your eyebrow to fade the color out a little bit. And this is the final result. I'm super happy with it. This is the hack that I was talking about in my intro. I like to tint my eyebrows, and this saves me so much time. In the morning, I don't have to do them at all. I don't fill them. I literally don't do anything for a week straight. This lasts for a week, and then you can go ahead and do it again on Sunday and you're good to go for the next week again. This is by the brand Etude House. I tried googling and searching for tinted gels that can tint your eyebrows and stay for a longer time, and this is the only one that I found on Nykaa. I wanted to include a little bit more information about this product because there's definitely a way to use it and you can go wrong if you don't use it properly. So let's get started. My tip number 1 is to let it dry overnight. What I like to do is do my skincare in the night and then go ahead and apply this tint on my brows, let it dry and then go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, just simply peel it off and then hop in the shower. My tip number 2 is whenever you're doing your skincare, make sure you skip or avoid the eyebrow area as well. Don't apply any oil or serums on your eyebrow. This will help the tint to stick on your skin or eyebrows properly and it will work efficiently. So make sure you avoid your eyebrow area and don't apply any oil on it. My tip number 3 is if you make a mistake while using this product, and if you want to correct it, it's really simple. Don't panic at all. All you need is an earbud. Wet the earbud and then just slightly go ahead and remove the tint where you don't want it to be, and it won't tint the skin at all. My tip number 4 is whenever you wash your face after peeling the tint off throughout the week, make sure you don't scrub your eyebrows too hard because that will just increase the fading process. With each and every face wash, the tint gets lighter and lighter and lighter and then it fades off completely. Then you have to redo it and then it gets lighter and lighter whenever you use a face wash or a makeup remover. So make sure you be light-handed whenever you around the eyebrow area. Don't scrub it too much, don't wipe it ऐसे तो tint बहुत जल्दी निकल जाएगा. Tip number 5 and the last day of the tip is whenever you peel this tint off, starting May you'll feel that it's way too much and it's too dark on your face, but don't worry, whenever you apply face wash and give it a gentle scrub, that will lighten up. So don't get panicked and start scrubbing it way too hard. Just give it a light rinse and the color will fade. It will go a shade or two lighter. so don't panic at all. I love using this product on a weekly basis. This has definitely become a staple in my routine. So that's it for today's video, you guys. In my previous video, which was the Irshalgarh trek, if you haven't watched it, please go ahead and watch it. I forgot to give a comment shout out because I was so tired. So to compensate for that, today's video I'm gonna give 2 comment shout outs. So the comment shout out goes to, the first shout out goes to Shrikara Vijaya Rudran and the second one goes to Surbhi Chavan. Thank you so much for taking your time out and commenting on my video. Hope you loved this video as well, and don't forget to comment down below if you do. And that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and hit the bell notification. You know the drill. Of course, don't forget to comment down below if you want a shout out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I had a dream, we were sipping whiskey neat. I used to flow with the Bowery when I was high enough.
Spider-Man's control and Batman with his fist. And clearly I don't see myself upon that list,